Okay, thanks for joining. So I thought I'd do a short summary. I just did a recent video with THEA. The full video will be available on her channel. So I'm just doing a full video here. Well, a short summary video here just to highlight and also underscore and redirect you guys to her channel to watch it. So we went deep through all the layers of meaning and planetary configurations coming up this July 19th. Now, here I decided to rename this July's Maelstrom, but I left on the bottom Barbeau's basket, the terminology, which is what a lot of astrologers are using. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's as much as basket as it is. Me and Anna go into that. However, this is just a quick summary of what we did, so some of you can have a sense of what the full video will be about and how deep we will go into this. There's several layers here. First off is the Aries vortex, which if you've been on my channel, you know that I've been going over that for the last year and a half. And that's Neptune and Saturn in early Aries, kind of training wheels for our new vision, our new kind of awareness, our new density level of reality, although we're still embodied, as we also note in the video. And that will be, Neptune will be at 4 degrees Neptune. Saturn's a little further along, but it's still connected to this, as can be seen by this image, which is a general image showing a spiral with the sun at the center and Jupiter to the right, making impact with that opposition to Pluto and Aquarius as soon as it comes into Leo pretty soon and throughout the month of July. It's a 4-degree outer planet configuration. Uranus will be at 4 degrees Gemini, Neptune at 4 degrees Aries, Pluto at 4 degrees Aquarius, and Uranus at 4 degrees Gemini. Saturn will be further along, as I said. It's a huge pivot. It's a huge playground of energy that just shifts, and just whatever we have on our work desks, whatever we've been working on, it'll be automatic flow around this time period. And this is what Andre Barbeau, the French astrologer who predicted the dark side of 2020 and 2021 with the COVID-19 events. And in those events, he expressed that the dark side, the shadow of what we were going through, was occurring during that year, and the bright side was occurring now during this Barbeau's basket, this multiple lines of trines and sextiles between 5 of the outer planets, which involves Saturnian reality as kind of guiding us slowly into this new Neptunian vision, which is our individual Aries vortex vision. And Jupiter coming in right away in July into Leo will be opposing Pluto and Aquarius, as all the personal planets will be passing through this party in Leo as it gets checked in by Pluto on the opposite side. And we were talking about this as many are. This is a very impactive trine and sextile configuration between these outer planets, causing energy to be kind of complacent and just move. It's like when you get on, I was describing it in the video as a playground, whereas you get on a slide. Once you get on the slide, once you start going down a slide, that's it. You're going to go all the way down until it's done. So the energy is very complacent and escapist in the sense that it's just flow. There's no stopping it. Once it's triggered, it's just going to go. And the general energy is going to start around July 7th. And then it'll start moving faster and faster until it gets to June 19th, which is the chart that I used in the video that I did, that you guys will have a link to on the bottom. And that's when the energy will be at its highest point, July 19th to July 21st. It'll continue impacting up until July 31st. Then in August, we have 2 eclipses. And those eclipses are going to be a big impact. in terms of leadership, in terms of what's happening in the world around our leaders and who the real leaders are of humanity. And that will be a powerful shift, and that will move into the fall when we have Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde. We are going through a Mercury retrograde period for July, to keep in mind, as well as Pluto retrograde. And then next year, come February 14th, we have the shift of, as human design notes, the shift of the right angle cross of planning into the right angle cross of the sleeping phoenix. Then in June, there'll be another configuration involving the nurturing mother asteroid Ceres. And there'll be another configuration that we'll note that around that, or before that time arrives. And so this is what it is. Anna and I go through different layers and confront some of the interpretations of this energy and give our take on it. One thing for sure is energy is going to be moving really quickly in the next couple weeks, and then it'll build and build until the July 19th. Trine perfects, trines and sextiles perfect. Now for us as humanity, all we can do is observe and also make sure that we're working on our Aries vortex visions, because we all have this configuration somewhere in our charts. So look to see where Aries is in your chart, and that's where things will align in whatever energy you've been devoting to that part of your chart. That will significantly impact your life. And of course, the larger macrocosm of the life that we share on the stage of the world. To add my own kind of take on this that I've been carrying forth, I feel like it's some kind of temporal edit. I think events could occur that seem immensely disproportionate between what's possible in this reality and what's kind of transcendental, almost mystical. But I feel it'll appear somewhat more as stagecraft, as a construction of Neptune. In other words, it could be some deceptive kind of film or show attempting to hoodwink and delusion humanity, especially it being that on July 19th there will be the World Cup, the final game. And I was talking with Anna about how that's not even really sports or athletic or anything like that, really. It's just entertainment. And the ball itself no longer represents some kind of active tool of a game, but rather its own kind of vortex point of the attempted panopticon surveillance digital state, because the ball itself now carries a camera within it and peers without. So it's not just, when I say panopticon, I'm talking about a completely surveilled existence. And so it's just ironic that on this day of biggest impact, there will be a World Cup game, which of course has a black and white checkered ball. And that ball is not just a ball filled with air anymore. It's a tool of stagecraft. It's a tool of this kind of technological entertainment game where it can also, that ball itself can peer out, almost like a planet can peer out and can also be directed. I'm sure this ball's connected like almost like a remote control. So who knows, we know for sure that, those of you who pay attention know that all these games that are played, across sports, these are all directed by powers that were. And so this is what it is. In essence, there's no puppet hands here in what occurs in July. With Uranus involved, I mean, anything's up for grabs, anything's possible. And it's almost unforecastable and predictable with Uranus involved. But Uranus also symbolizes, besides chaos in its higher expression, it does symbolize freedom. So that will be the high hope for humanity as we observe and do our best to be embodied in beingness during this time period and leading up to it. So the best to you all. I'll leave you guys at that. This just was my mini summary, and I'll put a link to the collaboration we did, and it'll go to Anna's channel, and then I'll put it up on my channel maybe in a couple days or so. We'll see. Okay, take care.